It also has a compressor. You can turn one or the other off and see if it is both. Anyway, let's see here. Kevin, let me go back over to you and you send it down to WD4 member Kiss Alligators. You can go to WB8DMX. Here she comes from K9GAS.
W3MMR.
Good day, everybody. Sounding great. Kevin, Charlie, and I didn't get a chance to get the other station's call, so I know it's Whiskey Delta 4 or something like that, and I lost the other half of it there. But anyway, good to be on the frequency out there talking to everybody. Well, Viking 2 was down for a few minutes. I got to wait for a bridge record fire to come in for it. But that should be back up on the airways again there for sure. But guys, good morning to everybody. Once again, thanks a lot. It's always a pleasure hearing everybody back on the airways doing their thing there for sure. The station down in Florida, good morning to you. If you got a copy on me from WB8DMX, I think it was WB4, and I didn't get the other half the segment of the station. Over to you from Whiskey Baker 8, Delta Mike X-Ray.
W3MMR, good morning.
Say once again good morning to Art and Jerry and Charlie and Kevin. I guess because I'm very excited. Very interesting down here from Chester. And so let me go ahead and out here and take care of the aminals. This is Whiskey Delta 4, never kiss alligators, unless of course he's a cheerleader for
Okay, Gary. Hey, good morning, Perry.
WD4NKA KK4GZQ with W3MMR on deck, and I'll send it to Perry. And Perry, if you would, oh wow, some people have gone in and out of here. I'm thinking Charlie gets it before Art. And then we need to get the gas man back here. I don't know. Maybe I'm messing it up here. I hope not. But I'll go ahead and pick you up, Perry. Maybe you've been paying better attention than I have. Anyway, good to hear you in here this morning, Perry. And Gary, same to you. Nice to hear you on. Art, good first transmission this morning. And Kevin, WB8DMX there in Columbus. You were light in here this morning, Kevin, but copied most words in your transmit there. And it sounded like the band's a little long, but Gary down in Florida was hearing you just fine. Anyway, and Art, I'm running Flex 3000 with the AL 1200 complement, and thank you for the report on the rig. And Charlie, okay on the booklet, sent it on the 614D, and appreciate that very much, Charlie, no hurry. And understood on the clipper control counterclockwise, as you were talking about. And you know, Jerry Gasman, there's a headphone jack, I understand, that's on that on the interface for the REA. And, you know, if not anything else, you can plug in a decent little set of headphones and kind of listen to your own audio as you're watching it on the monitor. That's pretty cool. And real good on the copper bus bar for ground, Charlie. And Jerry, still didn't get straight whether that's a 501 or 510, but nonetheless, I'll find it again here. I know it's one or the other. So, with that, Perry, here it comes your way, and you may send it to the gas man, Perry, and Jerry may know where it goes. W3MMR, sorry about that. KK4GZQ in the group.
KK4GZQ, W3MMR. Good morning, Kevin. Excuse me. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Jerry. 7-3 to you, Gary. Both Garys, Ohio Gary and Florida Gary. And good morning to you, Charlie. Good morning, Jerry, and anyone else who may be listening around the airwaves this morning. 29 degrees here in southeastern Pennsylvania this morning. Just getting the bean injected into my veins here, trying to get moving. I think we're coming down with a cold. Been feeling, there's a little scratchy throat going on here the past day or two, and then woke up pretty achy here this morning. But nonetheless, hoping once I get up and get moving around here and get the lips flapping here and get the coffee in me, we should feel a little bit better. I would imagine. But nevertheless, good morning, everyone. Great signals from everyone here this morning. Gary, you were NKA. You were a little bit late here, but was able to pick you up on the web SDR up in Massachusetts. No problem. You're right at my noise level, but I have a high noise level here, so it's not. It's definitely not your fault. It's me on this end. That's for sure. So we'll keep things moving along here. Get this coffee in me, and hopefully get woke up here a little bit. Jerry, I guess it comes over to you, or I know, Kevin, you had mentioned maybe it goes to Charlie next. Charlie, if you do know that you get it next, pick it up. But Jerry, I guess you've been designated the figure things out man. So either Charlie or Jerry, pick it up. This is W3MMR.
Okay, Terry, I think it's me, W3MMR. K4FMY in the group. Let me see if I have it. Sounds like I do. Well, I'm talking to most people right now. The band is beginning to change for me. It's some of you are getting put out with a QSB. So I plan on spending the rest of the day here messing around with this rig. I'm going to depopulate the operating position here. Too much stuff here. Anyway, let me see if Gary is talking to me. Gary, you were in here loud and then you faded out. Good morning to the gas man and good morning to Art. You're both kind of pretty good at this. Jerry, you're about to bust a speaker. That big old signal. WD4NKA, go ahead. This is K4FMY.
Sure, it's Art and Charlie, then back up to Craig, but he's gone as he's in the figure. We're not Perry, then back to Art, then back to you. I think that's the way I have it. Does that sound about right, Kevin?
I don't have the slightest idea. Jerry, I get confused. I hadn't got any coffee in me yet. I'm still I'm kind of lost in the fog. Over.
Go ahead, Art. Yeah, because Gary turned it to Kevin and Kevin to Perry and he to you, so he probably shouldn't have turned it to Art, but that's no big deal. Anyway, go ahead, Art, and I think it comes back up to me since Steve and Craig have signed out. Go ahead, N4JK, K9GAS. You can send it out right away.
Okay. This is N4JK. Yeah, we're okay until people sign out and it gets all confused. My guess, I was going to turn it up to, I was going to turn it to you, Jerry. Yeah. All right. Anyway, if you're still listening, Craig, sorry to hear about Clark's father passing away and 20 meters not being so good. and I understand it's time to go make the donuts, so have a good day. And, yeah, Charlie has kind of fizzled out on me right now, but I'm using the remote SDR to copy. That sure is handy. I really like that WA1QIX. It works for most of the stations. I'm so far south that I know it's kind of tough to get back to folks up in New York and stuff. But anyway, and good morning to you, Perry. I'm getting you direct. Nice signal. Let's see. Charlie, heard you talking about grounding components in Studio B. I'm wondering if you have space for a computer in Studio A. Just thinking about using remote SDRs. And I know one thing that I found helpful to keep the RF noise out in shack has been to go wireless. So that has helped keeping any of the switches and all out of the shack. That's my 2 cents here. And good morning to Kevin, WB8DMX. Kevin, we haven't talked about it, but I remember you popping up a lot of different places that I go to. I think I hear you on the Night Watch net occasionally in the South Coast. I'll have to hear you down here on 75 AM. Steve, good luck on the estate sale. I hope you were able to give a good home to some new boat anchors there. And Kevin, as usual, that Flex 3000 sounds real, real good. Yeah, you can always count on that setup. Jerry, I noticed when you first came in there, you sound a little hoarse. So I hope you're keeping well and out of trouble. Well, anyway, keeping well. I guess that's a main thing. K9GAS from N4JK.
It's a one little bird. I mean, I can't stand it. Doesn't work well for N4JK, K9GAS. Yeah, my granddaughter had been real sick. Really allowed to. I feel like I'm looking something. I feel sick. I have to get filled with water, but this is the first Well done. Good news to their family. But, Craig's long gone, so 7 years again. Well, let's see, I think I'm going to make this my last one because I'm going to pick up my silver shortly. So, time to work on this truck there. It's a 12-valve Cummins. She just added lunch, but it had a lift pump issue, and we fixed that. I helped him with that to expedite it, but I think the return or supply lines, a couple of rubber places, probably got some light cracks that are sucking air. That doesn't hold prime, so kind of tough to start it. Anyway, let's see. Kevin, over to you. Not using your strength that you normally are as well. So maybe the band must be really good. So over to you, Kevin. And I'll look you up and say my 17s. Thanks for coming over tonight. AM 6 this morning. And Kevin, I think your message, 501. And, what's easier on my end, that headphone jack out to your computer on your line in, and easier for your flex even is what I do. You can look at your signal, and I hadn't thought of that before. That works real well, but now that you have it, put it into your flex, you might have to attenuate it. But anyway, if you record your audio, it's a lot easier on your head. There's something about trying to hear yourself live. I think that record it but if you keep switching it to do the record it, then actually record it. That way your resonance of your vocal and your brain is not trying to duplex in all those situations, duplex with the simplex mind, that's my trouble. I know you don't have that trouble, but it does help, so you can put that in the phone way to record that, and it'll be a lot easier. But I just stick it in the back of my computer and download some really cheap, audio recording program, and it's got some good quality, samples. Anyway, Kevin, that's us, couldn't resolve it with
Alright, then, you take care of yourself. I'm going to call myself one and done, too, and good luck on getting that coming straightened out there for sure on that end. Well, guys, I got to get my knees and breathing and chin and wind this morning. I got to take 2 overs over here, but it's not my lead. I got to get to the next spot. God, right, repeating all over again for me there for sure. Always a pleasure to speak to everybody out there. Everybody doing well out there for sure. Kevin, Art. And I usually check in with the night watching that all the time. Old Wayne, I went down to the farm one time down there in his home and for the handshake. Loved it. Had a beautiful time down there with the guys and stuff there for sure. I didn't go last year. Helped out was kind of on the bum side for me. I heard the run to kick their ass and look at that. Take care of yourself. Be blessed out there, and it was always a pleasure hearing all the good friends out there on the airways for sure. On the beautiful vintage equipment everybody's having out there on that end. This is WB8DMX. I think it goes over to WD4MMR. I believe I got that right. If I'm wrong, correct me. Y'all have a beautiful day. Stay warm out there for sure. From WB8DMX here on the Ranger 2.
Yeah, all right, Kevin. I think it goes to the other Kevin, GZQ, but the call is Whiskey 3 Mike Romeo, W3MMR. So pick it up, Kevin, KK4GZQ, then turn it to me. I'll turn it to Charlie, and I guess I'll turn it to Art, to Jerry, and then back through the order there, if that's all right with you.
Okay, sounds good, Terry. Sounds real good. And Kevin, your signal came up here. You're a good solid 10 and 15 over S9 here. And the band opened up between you and I. Great to hear you this morning. And as always, Ranger 2, or the Viking 2 rather, sounding great down here. You got the audio sounding perfect on it. So good to hear you this morning. Good luck to you. Just keep your chin up and keep on trucking, Chad. So, yeah, I'm handling it. As I've become more challenged each day that I live. No doubt about that. That's about par for the course. Anyway, I don't have a note written down here whatsoever here. The only thing I can tell you is I was wanting to hear what the gas man was saying about, I got in right on the very end of what he was talking about because I had the computer tied up sending a order to REA for the, in my payment for the second pickup unit for the modulation monitor. So as I completed that, Jerry was telling me something about the REA, I believe it was, and about the headphone or it was a recording program, I guess it was. So maybe I'll ask him somewhere on social media or through an email or something, and we'll cover that here a little later. Anyway, yeah, Charlie, gonna try to, first of all, just get the 610 over here on a dummy load with the Bird 43 sampler in there, watching my power output, and then get the REA monitor into place here and start watching the audio. And I should be able to drive this thing in the dark more or less. So anyway, that's my plan for now. We're going to go over the 614 manual and see what I've got here, and then look at in comparison to what you're going to send me. And no hurry on that, Charlie. So anyway, Perry, let me send it up to you. I don't have much this time. W3MMR, best 73 to those who've signed. KK4GZQ.
KK4GZQ in the group. W3MMR. Real good on the mod monitor there, Kevin. I'm glad you're getting it all situated. I know it's been a little bit of a project, but as soon as you get it all straightened, everything figured out and up and running, you're gonna love it. I don't have one of Steve's units. I have an LP500 station monitor, which has a mod monitor built into it. It's amongst a whole host of other things that different. It's got a scope built into it, the mod monitor. It's got obviously SWR and forward power. It's got average power. It's got different trapezoidal tests, a couple different kinds of scopes. It's got a spectrum analyzer on it. It's a very useful tool, especially not so much for this rig, as you know, with the SDRs, but as you know, with the like your BC610 or my DX100, it's a very useful tool, to have to keep an eye on things, to keep from slamming that baseline and hitting 100% on the negative side. So it's been great. It was a chunk of change, it was expensive. Well, not really in the grand scheme of things. After I sold my bird meters, because I had a really nice dual bird meter set with a peak kit with a multiplier, a dual line section. I had a custom painted enclosure for it. I had backlit the meters. So once I sold that with all my slugs for the inside the house here, it covered the price for the LP500. So it was just trading one thing off for another, and it was in my opinion a good trade-off. You can't substitute analog meters. I'm not saying that. It's always good to still have a good bird meter in your arsenal. But it's definitely another useful tool to have in the toolbox. That's for sure. I think I waited 6 months or 8 months for mine to be built. I got it brand new from Larry, and I was on the waiting list. The waiting list is a lot shorter now. And I was up in the air between the LP500 and the 700. They all do the same exact thing. It's just one has a bigger screen. This one has a 5-inch screen, and the LP700 has a 7-inch screen. And they're pretty large units. My father has the 700, and my shack's a little bit on the small side, so I opted for the LP500. I kind of wish I went for the 700 because for the bigger screen, so I could see it a little better from across the room. But you can interface it to the PC via USB cable, and the software that you get with it, that you download from Larry's website, and pull it up on the computer, and it's very large. You could pull everything up that you see on the station monitor itself, right up on the computer screen. So it makes it real easy to see from about 15 feet away at the other station. But real good, yeah, you're gonna love it. My father actually has the old analog version, his first mod monitor, the rack-mounted version, which is really nice as well. But the computerized digital version is very nice. I know a lot of people that run them. I'm sure you do. As well. They're very well priced, competitively priced, and they do a lot. So you're going to really enjoy it, and I can't wait for you to get that thing up and running here in the next couple weeks. And you're really, like I say, you're really going to enjoy it. Great signal up here too, Kevin. By the way, you're about 25 over. Jerry, I heard you say I'm not as strong this morning. You're not nearly as strong as you usually are. You're about 10 over S9, 5 to 10, maybe 5 over S9. I got no problem copying you here direct, but you are a little light here this morning. And Charlie, you have a hell of a signal up here as well, about 15 over S9. And Art, got no problem hearing you. You're about 10 over S9. Here this morning, so good morning to you as well, Art. And 7-3 to you, Kevin, WB8DMX out there in Ohio. You have a good signal as well, about 15 over S9 here. So Jerry's, for some reason, is the lightest one, and Jerry's usually one of the strongest ones here this morning. So funky band conditions here this morning, here in Chester, Pennsylvania, but nevertheless, it's always fun getting in here with you guys in the morning. So back down to you, Charlie. Hope you got some bean in you, and you're getting out of the fog, and the fog's starting to clear, because my fog's starting to clear. I don't know about you. But good morning to you, Charlie. K4FMY in the group W3MMR.
Okay, good. Who did you say turn it to? Over.
Over to you.
Yeah, but I mean, who do I turn it to? Over.
Oh, you turn it down to Art.
That's what I thought. Okay, more about it. Thank you. I'm going to go up the steps and get me another cup of bean juice out of the old Keurig machine. See if I can't work up a little bit better. But, Kevin, I would go ahead and turn that down, turn those two pots down to 0. You don't need a clipper. If you use the D104, you'll have the bandwidth of the microphone, which is about 3.5 kilohertz on each side. So that's getting on up there. It's getting close. Oh, I'm not done it over here. I've got an old Heath kit Cantenna. And it's got a tap. I believe it's a 30 dB tap to make. Look at all that. I wonder. Kevin, I wonder if you got any comment on Don up there. I'll get that stuff to you as soon as I can, Kevin. I got tied up with some stuff yesterday, and golly, why did try to do anything? All right, over to you, N4JK in the group, K4FMY. We're going to get some coffee.
K4FMY in the group from N4JK. Yeah, okay, Charlie, we'll go ahead and refill on the bean juice here. And Kevin, well, first antenna, I hadn't heard of one of those mentioned in a while. That has a mighty good dummy load. I haven't used it to it. I got the HM2103, I think. It's the dry dummy load. Big old resistor in it and a power meter. I use that here, and I got me a little Benny box and a diode, and made me a little tap so I can monitor the audio through it. Put that in line to the dummy load. That's pretty good. And well, that's fun tweaking on the audio, and you're kind of curious to see what you come up with. Let's see, one comment to Kevin, DMX, that glad you got to go down to the handshake and meet those folks out. Just joined up with that group a year or two ago at Virgin Dave N4L. I have not been able to go into the gathering. It's a little bit too far up the road. But I do run into John a lot, KK4FMY, so dealing with some of those people. And let's see, Jerry, wanted to comment to you that you're still there. Well, I got my shot a little bit over 2 weeks ago, so the immunity had enough time for that to kick in. I'm just hoarse from the pollen and stuff around here this time of year. No more gutters. Yeah, I had them removed from this house when last time we put a new roof on, and that caused some problems. Same way the pipe has been more full of that, isn't it? Harry, you've been coming in good. I've been listening direct and enjoying hearing that nice audio from your ear. Let's see. Pete has the day off here, and we're going to go hang out, ramble around and stuff, so I'm kind of looking forward to that. Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and start it. So I'm going to say 73s on this ground. Kevin, I think I turn it up to you. Come and go. So let me throw it up your way, and hope you have a good day. I don't know if you're going to do any of that WORK. If you are, I hope it doesn't hurt. KK4GZQ in the group. This is N4JK.
Okay, there might have been somebody wanting to say 73 to you, Art. Let me see if there's another braking station. And also AJ1G is out there. Chris broke in a while ago. Is there a braking station there? KK4GZQ.
Kevin, I've made it back here and stuff. I was going to tell N4JK, appreciate the knowing on that for sure. And hope to make that place sometime next year. Things go pretty well at the handshake down at Wayne's house down in Kentucky there for sure.
Copy, Art?
I sure did. And good hearing you on, Kevin. Look forward to seeing you on the other frequencies, too. Have a good day.
All right, KK4FMY. Thanks a lot, Kevin. Well, you sound 20 over here in the Buckeye State. WB8DMX.
You're 30 over here now, Kevin. WB8DMX in the group, KK4GZQ on the Flex 3000 here with the AL1200 complement, I guess they say. And running about 325 watts of carrier. And good to hear everybody. Good, pretty good band conditions this morning. Charlie kind of disappeared on me, so I went ahead and pulled up Web Associates there in Massachusetts, and you know, Steve's setup there seems to work really well. Anyway, I don't want to keep it here too long, but I did have some notes. Oh, Art, you talked about the Cantenna and the dry dummy load. You gave me the model number, and I think I've seen the one that you're talking about. Is it the big one, Art, that looks like a big shell that goes in a in an aircraft gun or something, or is it smaller than that? I've seen that big one. Anyway, and Charlie asked about Whiskey Charlie 4 Delta that's been working on a BC610. He's my neighbor over in Lexington. And Charlie, I need to get on the horn and find out what's going on with Don. I don't even know if he's listening to us much anymore. So he was hot and heavy on it for a while, and then I just didn't hear any more about it. Real quick, I don't want to keep it here too long, but Perry would talked about a dual line section for a Bird 43. Boy, those are nice. And then mounting your metering in a custom case with both forward and reflected power levels. Oh man, with a peak kit, and I do have a peak kit in mine as well here, Perry. I didn't get the Bird peak kit, but I got the one that everybody recommended here. It's got a couple of different power settings, ×2, ×4, ×6 maybe, or something like that. Anyway, it wasn't that hard to install. Perry, here it comes your way. Art, I'm installing a flange on a gutter downspout today. It'll take me all of 15 minutes to fix, and it'll take more time to load the ladder and go to town to do it. W3MMR in the group, KK4GZQ.
Kevin, did Jerry sign?
Yes, man, I believe he did. Jerry, you still there?
Okay, just making sure. I didn't. I was having a rough time copying him this morning, so I guess I missed him signing. Let me make sure I got it. All right, and real good deal. W3MMR in the group here. Yeah, Kevin, that bird meter was really nice. I got the peak kit and the peak and multiplier kit off of eBay. It was the one that I was referred to get, and it was a really nice kit. You know, you could adjust the hang time of the needle and you know, adjust how fast or slow the thing would rise and fall, and you could obviously calibrate it to make sure. Well, when you first get it, you're supposed to calibrate it. It comes with instructions and everything to calibrate it, which I'm sure you know. And then yeah, they were really nice. It was like a dark brown hammered finish. I picked up this hammered paint from I think it was Lowe's or Home Depot, and put a few coats on there, and then clear coated a few coats of clear coat, and then I took the meter faces and I took the faces out of you know, I took them apart and drilled 2 holes in the top on about, I don't know, not a 45, on an angle where installed 2 white LEDs in both meters, shining down from the top, and put it on a switch on the front. So the front in the cabinet had 2 switches, or 3 switches. Had one for the turning the peak kit on. It had one for turning the LEDs on, and then it had the multiplier switch up in the left-hand corner, and you can adjust that multiplier to be whatever multiplication you want. It comes, I think, at ×2 and ×5, but with the adjustments on the back of on that circuit board with all the little pots, you can adjust whatever the multiplication factor you want. And what I did was I drilled a bunch of little holes in the back of the case to make it easier to adjust those pots with a long, you know, flathead screwdriver, because it's almost impossible to get to those pots by just taking the cover off, because the back of the enclosure was 2 inches probably from the back of that circuit board, or from the circuit board itself there. So it made it a lot easier drilling a series. I think it was 5 holes in the back, and you know, they were very small and didn't, you know, look all hokey and stuff, and with it painted and everything, it looked like it was supposed to be like that. You know, so I took my time on it, and they came out really nice. And I did that. Every bird meter setup that I had, I did that too. I backlit all the meter faces in them. I had another dual line section and dual meter set up in the Suburban, and had that all painted. Those were just black and clear coated, and I had the LED lights in them, but no peak kit in that one. But they were good. They treated me good for a very long time, and you know, I fell in love with this LP, my father's LP 700, and I just had to have one, so picked up the 500, and it's been great ever since, Kevin, that's for sure. And I obviously use it every single day. I use the mod monitor all the time. And in some of my videos on the YouTube channel there, you can see the computer interface. I have it, the watt meter and the mod monitor superimposed on some of those videos. I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. It all depends, I guess, on how I'm feeling, you know. But I am making a recording at the moment, and you can see it. You'll be able to see it on this recording there on the YouTube channel. I'll probably post this video up in the Facebook group there. So I'm gonna say 7-3, guys. I'm gonna get on out of here. I'm gonna go make me an English muffin or two, and scan the interwebs here for a little bit, sip on coffee, and get woke up before I got to go into work. And I got to finish a motor job, putting an engine in a 2012 Ford Taurus. Was able to get the engine out yesterday. Got to put the new one back in today. Get all the parts swapped over to the new engine, and get that back in today. So it's going to be a busy one. So we're going to sit back, relax. Here before we got to head to the salt mine here around 7:30 this morning. So it's been a pleasure, guys. Really great signals from everyone. Everyone sounded fantastic here this morning. So 7-3 to you, Kevin. 7-3 to WB8DMX, Kevin in Ohio as well. If you're still listening, 7-3 to you, Charlie. 7-3 to Art. 7-3 to Gary if you happen to still be listening down there in Florida, and 7-3 to Jerry, K9GAS, if you're within earshot of the radio. It's been fun, guys. It's always a pleasure. Back down to you, Charlie. Have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon. K4FMY and the fine group 7-3 guys from W3MMR.
And Charlie Chris is out there.
Good morning, K4GZQ.
Oh,
it's Bob. Sorry, Bob. Oh, that's okay. Go ahead, Charlie.
That was going to say W3MMR, K4FMY in the group. Well, enjoy your day, Terry, and we'll talk to you another time. I am back with my supplements with me here. So I'm going to sit over here on the coffee warmer. That's another thing I've got to find. There's not another one of these coffee warmer places to keep my coffee over in Studio B. Because I gotta have my caffeine. That's another an exception that I just can't do without. Anyhow, Chris, I'll turn it to you, and you turn it to Art, and see if you can. I don't know if you're hearing me very well or not. You had a pretty good signal here, so go ahead and take it and turn it to Art. This is K4FMY over.